Hello and welcome to another session of Fit Essentials Basics. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through class. We're going to go ahead and come on up to our feet to start. All right, our spinal cord breathing. So when you come on up to standing, stand up nice and tall, walk your feet in so the toes are pointing straight ahead. You're going to have just a little bend in those knees. And then when you're ready, we're going to breathe in, circle those arms around, bring the palms together, bring the forearms together best you can. And then exhale, tuck it down and in. Pull the chin to the chest, bow the head down. On that inhale, breathe in deeply if you can through the nose, lifting the chest, divide those arms, pull the shoulders back and down. Squeeze the glutes to protect that low back. And then that's our rhythm. Exhale, tuck it down and in. Inhale, open. Just go anywhere between 3 and 5 of these cycles, whatever tempo feels best for you. Warming up the body with the breathing, gentle movement through the spine. Wonderful. One or two more. When you finish that last one, go ahead and release. Bring your head back up to the top. Walk your feet out just a little bit wider. Grab a drink if you need. And then we're going to gently start to rotate through the hips. Let the arms be heavy. Little trees of life here. Keep that breathing nice and smooth. If you're comfortable to turn the head, you can gently turn the head. Just make sure you have a little play in those knees. When you're ready, you can start to let the front arm bend just a bit and gently tap against the body, as well as that back hand taps against that low back area. And then we're looking to time it with the exhale. There you go. How relaxed can you be in that upper body? Keeping the neck long. All right, we're going to switch it up a bit where the front hand's going to tap the top of the lungs, right about the front of the shoulder. Use the thumb, tapping right here. Boom. Back hand still in the low back. There you go. A couple more side to side. And then we're going to go back to the hip. Nice. Good. When you're ready, front hand comes back to about the level of the hip, lower abdomen. Get about 5 roughly on each side here. Releasing some energy on that inner body. Waking ourselves up. Good. And then nice and slow, we'll start to bring the hands away from the body and gradually bring it all the way down to a stop. Ah, wonderful. Roll those shoulders up and back. Get some good movement through those shoulder blades, up and into the ears and then back and down, up and into the ears and back and down. Couple more. Trying to alternate which hand comes on top as I reach in front of the body. Maybe one more time there and release. All right, we're going to go into our cross body reach into side stretch. So take your right hand on your right hip, set that foot down nice and solid and step your left foot back. Starting at the shoulder height, we're going to reach across the body, gradually reaching across. I'm rotating on that back foot as well. So gently pivot on your left foot as you reach across. Breathe in, pull it back, and exhale, reach. Breathe in and look to reach a little bit higher now if you haven't already. Many of you have done this here before. Good, reaching about forehead height. And guess what? You get to kind of do what's best for your body. So if your shoulder gets to a certain point that you're like, it doesn't feel good to reach there, then go back to the last point that did feel good. Those of you that are comfortable to reach up and overhead, that's where we're at now. A couple more here. And if you feel stable enough to do so, peer up at your hand. So gently turn your head, glance up at that hand as you reach. And we'll go a couple more just straight over the head, across and down, really strengthening that side body, across and down. Fantastic. Walk that back foot in between sides. Let's circle those hips, hand on the hip and circle around. Very good. 3 to 5 one way and then reverse. Take it the other way, 3 to 5 the other. Wonderful job. All right, and then when you're ready, left hand on your left hip, set that foot solid, right hand steps back. And starting at shoulder height, reaching across. Exhale on that reach, inhale as you come back to the start. Gently pivoting just ever so slightly on that back leg, over. Make sure you stay solid through that front foot, heel pushing down. Good, starting to reach a little bit higher, about forehead. Out and across. Very nice. And then when you're ready, we'll start to come up and overhead, down and up. Breathe in, bringing it down. Exhale, bringing it up and across. One or two more. Good. Last one. Reach, gaze up if you're comfortable to do so. And bringing it down, shaking it out. Woo. All right, walk that back foot in. And now we'll go back one more time through those hip circles. Kind of keep the knees a little bit swiveling too. Gently swivel the hips, swivel the knees. Also moving a little through those ankles. Very good. Reverse directions if you haven't already. Shoulders back and down, staying tall. Wonderful. All right, next we're going to warm up our ankles. If you want to come off your feet for a moment, this is a great time. You can take a seat for some ankle rolls, or you can stay standing here with me and practice some balance. Feel free to stabilize yourself as you'd like. We're going to really lift up through that leg, shoulders back and down if you're joining me standing here. And then we're going to come up on one foot or seat in the chair. Just lift that one leg off the ground. And let's get about 5 nice solid circles here, reaching that foot up, pointing it down, circling through. Very good. Those of you standing, if you want to set that foot down for a second, and then when you're back, here we go, other way. It's normal to feel those pops and clicks, keeping it all moving, tendons and bones, all that good stuff, and set it down. Very good. Feel free to kind of set it down just like on the ball of the foot a little bit, swivel it around there, see if there's anything else that wants to move. Very nice. And then we're going to go same thing, other side. So lifting up, standing tall, coming onto that one foot and rotating around. Very good. Balance check anytime you need. And then same thing, other way. Lift the toes, point the toes, circle through. Excellent job. And then we'll set it down on the ball of the foot and just kind of turn it around there. Moving it in just different directions, seeing what feels nice, feels a little bit different, and relax. All right, fantastic. If you took a seat for a second, go ahead and come on back up to your feet. Next, we're going to start to warm up for some squatting. So we're going to use our chair to assist. If you're confident in your squats and want to go right into some air squats, you can do that as well. Otherwise, a doorway, a countertop, using the chair here for myself. Set those feet about hip width apart. Slight toe out, and then when you're ready, you're going to send your hips back, holding on as you need for your upper body. You want to keep that chest as tall as you can. You push those knees wide. Heels need to stay down on the floor. Just go down as far as you're confident, then use your upper body as you need, but with the focus on the legs, pushing the feet into the ground. Then we're going to go back down, sinking back, reaching back, holding strong, and then driving into the ground, coming on back up. Beautiful. Last one. Sinking back, come down, hold on, push those knees wide. Very nice. And reaching up, coming back to the top. Beautiful. All righty. We're going to go into a quad stretch next. If you can't grab that foot, you can stand in a stagger stance and open the hip flexor from here. Otherwise, balance as needed. And we're looking to grab that ankle, grab the foot best you can. And we're trying to pull the heel towards the glute. Very nice. Hips stay level. Very smooth, nice and strong. Couple more seconds. You need to come out of it, please do. 2, 1, and release. Same thing other side. So again, that stagger stance if you need to. No problem if you can't grab that foot. Otherwise, thigh stays nice and neutral, not rotating that outer away. Very nice. About 10 more seconds. And 2, 1, and release. Set that down. All right. If your water's nearby, let's grab a drink. We're going to do one more little warm-up movement piece, and then we're going to get into our first circuit. We've got several pieces of the first circuit, so I'll be walking you through it. So feel free. I'm going to use the box here if you have a tabletop, side of the couch, base of the chair. What we're going to do is we're going to stand, about 2 feet away from the box or the surface that you're going to support on. Bend into the knees, pull the belly button in. You're going to bow forward. Take your right hand and support down on that bench. And we're going to do our reach and rotate. Your opposite arm, you're going to reach it out. So I'm going to take your left hand. You're going to reach for your right knee. Just gently touch that right knee. And now with a nice long arm, you're going to sweep it out. Pivot on the back foot and follow the hand with your eyes. Very beautiful. Good. And then you're going to reach down and across. Good support through that right hand. So lifting up, follow your left hand with your gaze and pause in that open position. That's where you really get the benefit, opening that front line of the body. Breathe in, reach across. We're going to about 3 more. Sweep, open, and pause. Good. Breathe in, reach, and exhale, rotate. Fantastic. One more time. Reach out and pivot. Very good. In between sides, we're going to do our behind the back stretch. So coming up to standing, pull the shoulders back, interlace those hands, extend those arms, and you can either stay standing here if you feel stable to come into that forward fold, root down into those legs, send those hips back, and gently fold forward. Hold strong in the belly. And coming back up. If you are bowing forward, release those hands. All right, we're going to do our reach and rotate on the opposite side. This time I'm going to demo off the seat, the chair here. So I'm going to stand away about 1 to 2 feet. This time it's going to be your left hand supports down, nice wide handprint. Making sure you're pulling that midline in. You're going to start with your right hand, reach towards that left knee, and then long arm as you pivot across, rotate on that back leg, peering up. Breathe in, reach over, and exhale. Breathe in, reach, and exhale, rotate. Breathe in, reach, and last one, pivot around, and release. All right. So we're going to be doing some squats or a sit stand, so you can always use your chair. We'll be working between 30 and 45 seconds on each. I'll kind of tell you when we get to about 30. If you want to rest there, you can. Then you're going to have the choice. You can either do a bent over row. Those of you that know it here, similar setup to what we just did, except you're going to be straight on. Bent over row. On the first round, I'm going to be showing a seated row with the band. It'll be all on one arm. So if you want to join me, you can. Or those of you that know the bent over, you can go right to it. In between arms, we're going to be doing some blood flow. Or you can just take a seat if you want to take a break from that. I'll be guiding you through some different motions. Then we'll do the opposite arm and blood flow again before we go back to our squats. So kind of some combo of some strength building and some stamina work, a little bit of heartbeat work. I guess our heartbeats for all of them, but cardio, right? Cardiovascular strength. All right. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, we're going to start here in about 15 seconds. I'll demo the first round with the squats to the chair as well. For those of you that know your air squats or want to hold a little bit of weight, please feel free to do those squats. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and join me coming up to standing. Set those feet about hip width apart with that slight toe out. And 2, 1, here we go. If you're squatting to the chair like I am here, we're really trying to just control down, sitting back into those heels, making sure the knees stay wide. So pull that belly in as you control back, and then drive through your feet. Come on up to standing. Very nice. Reaching, good control, and then chest tall as you stand. Yep. If you find something straight ahead to focus on, that can help. Good. That's 30 seconds if you want to rest there. We worked it for a full 45, so it's totally up to you. Listen to your body. Back and down, up and stand. Good. And very nice. Kelly, do one more. Very good. And rest. All right, left arm bent over row or seated. You're going to be seated here. You're going to use the band. Take a seat. Put the band around one or both feet. And as I mentioned, instead of alternating arms, it's going to be all on your left side. So I'll sit nice and tall, reach the left arm forward, palm down towards the floor, and I'm going to row back and in. Palm rotates up. So I reach out and then squeeze back and in. Breathe in to reach. Exhale as you row. Good. Think long neck here. Pulling the shoulder blade back in towards the spine. Very good. So that's 30 seconds if you want to rest there. If you're ready for some longer intervals, keep it moving here with me. Reaching out, squeeze, really try to pull that shoulder blade as close to the spine as you can imagine it. Last one, in and rest. Fantastic. So here's where you can take that full rest. If you feel a little bit more fatigued today, you want to just focus on the strength training. Otherwise, come on up to your feet and join me. We're going to do our pause march first. We're going to be alternating it about every 15 to 20 seconds. So first, we'll start with some control here. Lifting up, pausing, opposite hand, opposite leg. Very good. Try not to let the hips kick out, so being nice and intentional, really paying attention to your mechanics. Very good. If you like that one, you can keep it going there. If you want a little variety, join me with some step jacks. So I'll step it wide, open it up, and close it down. Very good. Either slow or faster. You're always welcome to add that jump if you want to do more of a traditional. These are called seal jacks more than jumping jacks. Good. Squeeze those shoulders back and down as you open. Get that clap. 2, 1, and rest. All right, we're going to take about 20 seconds. We'll be back to that bent over row on your right side this time, or I'm going to show it in the chair. If you're with me and the band, we'll be back to the chair. Alrighty. So sitting nice and tall, bring that band around the foot. This time it'll be your right arm. You're going to reach it straight out. And when you're ready, sitting tall, elbow back and in. Straight out, straight in. Gently rotating that palm, palm down, palm up on the pole. Good. Pausing in that back position. That's where we're really trying to build that strength. Long neck, chest tall. Good, we're almost at 30. Last one here. If you're resting at 30, there's that mark. If you've been feeling good in sessions, want to work a little bit longer, about another 10 seconds. Squeeze. Good. Training that upper body, holding strong postures. Last one here, folks. And rest. All righty. So feel free to take a break here before our squats if you want about a minute off, or coming back up to your feet. We're going to work some cross crawl patterns this time. So starting with that straight arm, straight leg. If you know the bent arm to bent knee, you can go right to it. Good. Trying to bring the arms across the body. If you don't feel stable on that one leg, reaching across on 2 feet. Bowing forward, standing tall. Good. And or we're changing it up a little bit. If you feel stable here, you can go knee to the elbow. This can also be done seated. Very good. Very nice. And then last bit again, just a little side step. We'll progress this to a lateral step over on round 2 if you want a little extra challenge. Otherwise, a couple more steps. And 2, 1, and rest. All right, 20 seconds, and we'll be back to our squats for set 2. If you were squatted to a chair or a bench on round 1, you're welcome to stick with that. I'm going to be showing it without the chair on round 2. And if you're ready to hold weights, you can hold weight right underneath your chin. Otherwise, you're going to reach those arms straight out. Set those feet, and here we go. Controlling back and down, eyes up, chest up, push tall, stand through. Good. Supporting through the midline. Checking in with those knees. And ideally, instead of trying to watch your knees, because we want to have the eyes up, try to feel what your body's doing. So we're moving with control as you come down, feeling those knees drive wide. And then sometimes they want to dive in as you stand. So think about still pushing them out. And there is too much, like you can't over push the knees out. So they should stay in alignment with where your feet are. Good, we're over 30 seconds in, so feel free to rest there. You want to go that full 45, you got a couple more seconds, reaching back, standing tall, whew, and 2, 1, and rest. All right, bent over row or seated row. So if you like that seated version, sit down with your band. If you want to do the bent over version, that's where I'm headed. So you're going to be in your left hand. That means the right hand supports. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Elbow nice and high. Breathe in to reach. Exhale as you row. Good. Reaching forward. Squeeze that elbow high. Watch that the low back doesn't arch. Very good, Shirley. Good. Great high elbow position. Yep. Pulling it up and then reaching down. Very nice. And then once you know that motion, try to turn the head so you're looking straight down. That's 30 seconds. If you're feeling some burn there, want to take a pause. It's totally welcome. You're going that full 45. We've got about 2 more reps. Reach, row, 2, 1, and rest. Alrighty. Either take a seat, because you can practice that cross crawl there, or stay up on your feet. If you're in the chair, want to take a seat, it's going to look like this. Elbow to that opposite knee. Otherwise, if you're standing and don't feel ready for the opposite knee with the elbows, straight arms, straight legs. You're ready for that challenge? Standing tall. And it's totally okay if you can't quite get all the way there. Remember, we're working the brain as much as we're working the body here. I keep that brain strong. One side firing smoothly to the other. Very good. Shake that out. And now, if you're comfortable to bring the arms up to overhead, instead of those seal jacks, get it right here, we'll do the step jacks. If you're taking a break in the chair, if you feel like you can just wave those arms around, reaching the arms up, kind of open through those shoulders. All right, about 5 more seconds. And then we're going to be doing that row on the opposite arm. 2, 1, and rest. Good job. We're going to take 20 seconds. It's going to be the row in your right arm this time. All right, so supporting nice and strong in your left hand. Pull the belly button in, set those feet, reaching down, and here we go, elbow high. Your spine should feel like it's nice and flat. You especially don't want to be arching the back. So belly in. Breathe in as you reach. Exhale as you pull that elbow nice and high. Beautiful. Making a long neck here, keeping that shoulder down out of the ears. That's 30 seconds. You're welcome to take a rest there. Good. Reach down, pull high. And 2, 1, and rest. All right, you take that full rest, take a seat and follow along, or join me on your feet. We're gonna do our march and punch first. So standing nice and tall, hands up, and we're gonna punch across the body. Lifting the knee as far as you're comfortable. Legs should try to stay nice and stationary. So not twisting through the hips, but twisting just at the shoulders here, kind of reaching across, pulling it back and in. And then see if you can time it with the breathing. Exhale as you punch. Beautiful. Good. And then taking it into that either that side step, or like I mentioned, if you want a little bit more challenge, the lateral step over. Up and over, up and back. This is a little bit more challenging on the knees, through the hips, so make sure you have that stability. or just keep it at a nice low step. Good. Let's go on 10 more seconds. Beautiful. Staying tall. And 2, 1, and rest. All right, that's 2 sets down. I'm going to take you through one more. We just have 2 circuits today. So this will be the 3 rounds on this one. And we're seeing how we're feeling for the next one. Just a heads up, I didn't mention it earlier in the recording or anything. So we are going to be using the step stool as an option in our final circuit. All right, if you want to hold a little bit of weight for your squats, if you haven't already, you could hold some dumbbell, maybe right underneath your chin. You can use that if you're squatting to the chair or without. So here we go on our last round. 2, 1, and begin. Sitting back. If you're not holding the weight, reach those arms straight out like we have been. Good, still controlling that range down, standing tall. I'm going to guide you through 30 seconds here, but I'll still talk you through 45. Very good. Have some kind of notification popping up. Keep moving here. Okay. And that's 30 seconds. I don't know what I just, all right. So feel free if you want to rest there. You're going that full 45, just a couple more reps. And 3, 2, 1, and take the rest. All right, either seated a row with the band or bent over row with the dumbbell. We'll start here in 10. So on your left hand, support through the right. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Reaching down, pulling high. One of my favorite exercises here, really great for the position of the shoulder. Helps with our posture quite a bit. Keeping those muscles of that mid and upper back strong, so it helps us to stay strong and stand strong. Avoid that rounded shoulder positions, which can kind of give us hassles with headaches. Just tension in the upper body. Very nice. And there's our 30 if you want to rest there or keep it moving for a couple more. Like I said, I'm going to rest about 30 seconds each round this time. A little shorter on that third round. Those of you going for 45, you're resting in 3, 2, 1, and come on up. Awesome job. Just our blood flow piece left. So you can do it in the chair if you want a little break off your legs. Or we're going to stick with our cross crawl pattern. So anything that we've already been doing across the body, or if you want to go behind the body, we can take it into that. So make sure that you feel ready for this. A little bit more challenge on the stability. And I'm reaching for that foot right behind me. Good. Doesn't get the heart rate quite as high, but it does challenge the mind. Challenges the body to kind of bend the leg a little bit different orientation. Maybe one more on each side. Very good. And then we're going to end this circuit here, blood flow, with some step jacks. If you can, clap your hands. Generate some energy. Woo! Feel free to make a little noise with it. Woo! Use your voice. Beautiful. And 2, 1, and everybody rest. All right, we just have that bent over row to balance out the body on your right side. So remember, again, you could go seated with the band like we did in the first round. Otherwise, set those feet about hip width apart, midline pulled strong, little bend in those knees as we bow forward. And here we go, elbow high, reaching down. Exhale, inhale. Wonderful. It's our first 15 seconds. Very nice. Making sure you don't start to arch. We're coming up on 30 seconds and 2, 1, and there's 30. Feel free if you want to keep moving for 45. I'm going to take my pause. All right, and those of you going for the full 45, rest now. Excellent job. So feel free to take a break, or if you're ready, Join me for this last little bit of blood flow before we move into our final circuit. We're going to start with either our lateral steps or step overs. So nice high knee if you're confident to do so. Tall chest. Good. There we go. Up and across, back and through. All right, just over halfway, and then march and punch to finish out this section. Good. There you go, Kelly. Breathe as you punch. Eyes up, chest tall. 10 more seconds. Feeling the heat in the body now. 2, 1, and rest. Alrighty. Grab your water. Take a seat in the chair and do a couple stretches before we go into our final circuits. And as always, you don't ever feel like you have to do the full session with us. So it's always appropriate, especially if you're newer to this, been a little bit more tired recently. You know, maybe just doing the first section is more than enough for you right now. Less is more. If you can hang around and join us for the stretching, that's always beneficial for your body too. We're going to start with a little bit of mobility. So keeping with that rotational pattern to open up our spine, we're going to do our seated thoracic rotations for the mid-back. So sitting tall, bring the hand behind the head. We're going to pull the belly in as we bow forward, bring that elbow towards the opposite thigh. Sit tall and then gently turn. Follow that elbow with the eyes. And you can use your opposite hand to gently push on the inside of the knee, just to ever so slightly encourage a little overpressure. Breathe in, bow forward, sit tall, and exhale. A couple more. Last one. And rest. Very good. Same thing other side. So first thing I want to check in with, how am I seated? Sitting up tall, hand behind the head, and then gently pull the belly in, bow to one side, sit up and gently turn. You can gently push into that knee on the side you're turning away from. Never forcing, just guiding and encouraging. Breathe in, close it down, and sit tall, pivot. Good. 1 or 2 more. We're going to do our seated cat-cows next, or a happy cat, angry cat, as someone called them the other day. If you want to come down to all fours for that position, you're welcome to do so. Otherwise, if you're here with me in the chair, we're going to kind of come to the edge of the chair, sit tall, hands on the thighs, and now we're going to go into angry cat first. So exhale, round forward, pull that chin in. And then we're going to roll the shoulders back, kind of slide the hands a little bit closer to the upper thighs, and then lift the chest and head. A little bit similar to our breathing we do in the beginning from standing. And now we can exaggerate those postures a little bit more. So bow forward, slide those hands forward, tuck that head down, and then roll the shoulders back, slide in and lift. Good, couple more. Move the body, move the spine. Last one. Breathe out, tuck down. Inhale, lift up. Beautiful. All right, let's give some love to our hips. So sitting tall, we're gonna grab your left, interlace the hands in front of the shin, and we're gonna swing that leg around, a little glute stretch here. So sit tall, hug the leg across, opening the inner thigh. Oh, inner thigh, outer thigh, excuse me. Popping it in. When you're ready, go ahead and release there. Same thing other side. Grab the shin, swing it around, and hug in. Good job. Notice your upper body here. That upper body's working to stretch the lower body, so I want to keep the shoulders back and go ahead and release that foot. And then from here, anyone that's on the floor, you can kind of roll over into child's position. If you're seated here with me, pull the belly in, slide the hands down the legs, and we're just going to bow forward here. Use your upper body to focus in on how far down you go. Drop the head down. And just some nice smooth breathing into the back. So backside of the rib cage, you're trying to get it to expand. Exhale, if you want to come a little bit closer to the floor, a little bit further into that reach, you can. Making sure you're not forcing. On the next breath, let's go ahead and come on up. Starting to walk those hands up the legs. Come on up and out. Whew. All right. We're just going to take you through 2 cycles of the next workouts. I'm going to be showing you some good mornings. Those of you that are familiar with the deadlifts, you're welcome to do some deadlifts for the first exercise. And then we're going to go into our step ups. If you don't have anything to step up on, you could do the giant steps or the lunges, whichever one you're comfortable with there. And then our 4th exercise is just some balance work with our sway. So we'll do our hinging motion with the good morning. Let's step up on your left foot, step up on your right foot, and then we sway 2 times through. So it'll take us about another 8 minutes or so here, and then we'll finish with a couple cool down stretches. All right, so as I mentioned, if you know the deadlift, you can have a weight right in front of you. Otherwise, join me here. I'm going to take a nice light weight, but you don't have to hold a weight. You can just cross your hands over your shoulders, cross the hands over the chest, or you can hold a nice light dumbbell here. Pull the belly button in, standing tall, little bend in those knees, and then whenever you're ready, we're going to forward fold, long spine though. Good, Kelly. Send those hips back. There you go, Shirley, standing straight up. Yep. Bowing forward and standing tall. Good. Just far enough that you feel a nice little stretch in the back of the thighs or until your chest comes to about 90 degrees. Push into the ground as you stand. Similar to our first circuit. I'll tell you when we get to 30, maybe 1 more rep for 30 seconds. So you can rest there. There's 30. If you want to go for a full 45, keep it moving with me here. Nice and smooth. Good. Looking down as you bow forward. And then like the squat, you're pushing your legs into the ground, standing tall, looking straight ahead. Last one. Over and rest. Very good. From here, we're going to go to those step ups. So if you have a step nearby you can use. If you don't have a step to use, keep 1 foot forward, stepping it back, and coming up and through. You can even come to high knee. So you can go back and up to high knee if you'd like. I'm going to be demoing the step ups. So whichever is your non-dominant foot, and I encourage you to make sure you're stable. If you want to use a chair or something that will help you to be nice and stable, try to get as much of your foot up on that stair as you can. If you can have your heel up, that's great. Reach your non-working arm out or both arms out, and when you're ready, here we go. Coming all the way up and controlling back and down. Nice. We're going to keep that foot up there for this round. Coming up and through, sitting back. Nice. So some areas that we're focused on, what's happening at the knee. That knee will tend to kind of wobble. So if you push that big toe down into the step, that will help support up through the knee. And also just some awareness. Sometimes that knee will drop in as we're standing up, and then almost more commonly I'll see it drop in as you lower down. Good. We're just over 30 seconds, so if you want to rest there. Otherwise, we're going to go for a full 45 here. Back and down, up and forward. Good job. And we're fully extending that hip, standing tall. And 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Bringing that left foot down. We're going to go same thing on the other side. Feel free to take a moment here. Take a nice deep breath, and then when you're ready, full foot up. And 2, 1, here we go. Pushing through, coming forward, and back and down. That knee level up and reaching back. Nice. And we're looking to come to full hip extension on one leg. So that means we try to stand tall before that other leg comes up to meet it, and then reaching back. Good. Standing tall and back. Very nice. Being patient, that's 30. Building some strength in the legs a little bit differently than when we're not stepping up onto something. Almost a 45. 1 or 2 more. Up and back. And rest. All right, either take a load off, take a seat, or join us for the sway. So work on some balance. If anybody's here wants some higher heart rate, you could do some farmer's march, some jumping jacks. Otherwise, for this sway, arms out to the side, neck long, and just like it's called, we kind of sway our weight to one side. You can keep the foot on the ground that you're leaning away from for extra stability, or come up onto one leg. In between sides, I like to relax those arms down and then swing them wide. Come on up. Good. It's like we're dancing, flying. Yes, very good. Smile, enjoy yourself. Especially if you feel silly, that's a really good time to smile. Over and up. Sometimes when we feel awkward, we just want to hide, right? But hey, when you feel awkward, you're growing, you're expanding, improving. We can do it across our whole lifetime. We're over 30 seconds in, maybe one more on each side. Good. Over and up. And everybody rest. All right, nice work. Grab a drink. We're going to do that one more time through. All right, back to those good mornings. The hands crossed over the chest. I'm going to demo the deadlift on round 2 if you prefer to do the deadlift. Otherwise, stick with what we were working on. All right, so I'm going to have my feet about hip width apart. I'm going to hold the weight right up here at my hips. Just a slight bend in those knees. And then when you're ready, we'll start bowing forward, lowering the weight towards the floor. Push those legs, squeeze the glutes and stand. Very nice. Bowing down, reaching for the floor, and straight up. So you want to imagine picking up laundry basket off the ground. We're practicing that motion. Tall chest, long spine, and my knees are not locked out. So I also have a little bend in my knees. Hips back, knees push out. Nice flat back. Good. That's 30 seconds. You want to take a pause there. Yep, and I'm keeping an eye on y'all live here, so my head's never the best example, but for you, chin in, looking down in the bottom. And then as you stand tall, we don't want to still be looking down. That would be kind of weird. Look straight ahead. Last one, bowing down and standing tall. Squeeze the glutes. Great job, everyone. Rest there. Back to those step ups. Now for this round, you can either, again, do what we did the first round, but what I'm going to be demoing is taking your foot on and off the step stool. And we're going to be using the same foot the whole time. So starting with your left, get as much of your foot up there as you can. Either use your chair or reach that arm out and stand tall. Come all the way up. Come down on that same side and take the foot off. And we'll pick it up, put it back on, and push through. There you go. Push through, not by forcing, but push through your foot. Like drive your foot down. Try to keep that chest up. And then reaching back, foot comes off. Very good. Lift. Drive, come up, reach back, step it off. Very nice. You can just do this in your staircase, whether you want to use the bottom stair. If you start to feel confident with that, if you can step up to the second stair, maybe use a little bit of a railing to assist. Very good. 1 or 2 more. Up and open, stepping back, and 2, 1, and rest. All righty. Just a little break in between legs. In about 10 seconds, we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Alrighty, so your right leg this time, full foot, or as much as your foot on that stair as you can. 2, 1, here we go. Up and open. Back, foot comes off if you're comfortable to do so. Back up, and open. Back, and down. Nice. Full foot, drive that heel down. Just like when we do our giant steps, we kind of think about pulling that front foot into the floor. That's how we focus on lunges. Very good. That's 30 seconds, everyone. Feel free to rest there or continue through. As I mentioned, this will be our final round. Step, reach, open. Good. One last rep here. Up, open, and rest. All right, nice work. Clear your space. Take a seat or join me on the final sway. All righty, setting your feet just outside the hips. Reach those arms nice and wide, shoulders down, and we'll shift our weight to one side, staying on that foot if you'd like, lifting up through those hips. Relax those arms down, shifting through to the other one. You can keep that foot down and just kind of point, or come all the way up onto one leg. Squeeze the glute if you lift that back leg up. Over and up. Nice relaxation in those shoulders. Try to find that flow. Good. Down and up, smile, lift, raise. Awesome. And across. Good. Let's get about 2 to 3 more on each side. Lifting up, practicing, holding that support over on that one side, even if it's just mostly on that one side. Good. Let's go 2 more each side now. Wonderful. Never too young to practice our balance. And last time on each. Balance, reach, down and shift, lift, and rest. Whew. All right, shake it all out. Shake the body, wiggle the body. Woo! Make some silly noises. Most of you are in the security of your own home, so take advantage of it. All right, round of applause, virtual high fives. Let's grab some water. And then we'll finish with a cool down stretch here. We're gonna open up the upper body. I'm gonna use the door here behind me. If you have a doorway, that's fantastic as well, but we're gonna do our chest opener to start. If you need to take a seat here, you can also just do some shoulder rolls, just like this. Otherwise, make your way to the wall or a doorway. You're gonna have your arm about 90 degrees. I'll place that forearm against the wall or the door. If you have your right arm against the wall, step your right foot forward. Check in with that upper body. So I'm going to tuck those ribs down so I'm not arching my back. And then just gently lean forward. You want to feel a stretch on the front of the chest. And then gently turn your body away, turning away from the side that you're stretching. Breathe here. And if you'd like to circle this outstretched arm, whatever kind of circle feels good for your body. It could be just little circles here. Moderate circles. Go about 3 backward circles. Ooh, shoulders a little stiff. And now I'll take it 3 forward circles. Very good. Come off that wall. Before we jump right to that other side, you can even do it if you're still in your chair. Wiggle those hips around, swivel those hips around. Give a little relief to that back. Good. Same thing other way. Keep it moving. Encourage some nice gentle movement. And then when you're ready, same thing, opposite arms. Remember, in the chair, we can just rotate that elbow or place that hand against the wall. Same side, leg steps forward. Pull the ribs down as you lean into it and then turn away. Breathing here. Good. Circle the arms if you'd like. 2 to 3 backwards, 2 to 3 forwards. Very nice. And reverse directions. Very good. And then when you're ready, come on off the wall. All right. If you can, whether you're in your chair, in your seat, or standing or in your chair, shake it out one more time. Shift. Moving the body, moving and grooving. And then we're going to bring it on down to the seats. All righty. As you come on down, let's circle the head and neck around a little bit, gently bringing the chin down towards the chest. And gently looking up towards the ceiling, never forcing. Just guiding the head through. Gentle range of motion here. Chin to the chest, gently tilt back. Let's go about 1 more and then we'll switch directions. Down and around, up and back. And then same thing other side. Ever so gently bringing the chin down towards the chest as you gently guide it around and back. Very good. Maybe 1 more time. And release there. Very nice. From here, we're going to give some attention back to the hips. You can either repeat that glute stretch we did earlier or make your way into figure 4. So if you pick up your left leg, you're going to put the left ankle above the right knee. Sit up nice and tall and invite that knee to drop down. If you want to gently use the hand on the knee here, you can. And sit tall and breathe. We're going to hold it for about another 15 seconds. Just gentle in these stretches, not forcing. Let's go one more breath. And gradually come out of that. Very good. Switch sides, same thing on the opposite side. Place that foot down. Again, the glute stretch, or drop it into that figure four. Gently inviting that knee to lower down. Sit tall. And relax here. Your stretching shouldn't be intense. You shouldn't feel like you want to sweat bullets or anything here. Let's go another 10 seconds. Now we're using our breath to calm the body, kind of switch gears for our nervous system. When you're ready, come on out of that. All right, we're gonna do our seated twist with our shoulder rotations. If anyone's there on the floor, you could do like a 2-knee twist. So sit tall. We're gonna bring your left hand to the right thigh. You could cross that leg over if you'd like, and your right hand to the left shoulder. Sitting tall, peer around that shoulder. Get a nice gentle twist in the body. And now we'll circle that elbow up and back. Similar to if you did that seated stretch earlier for the pec stretch. And just try to keep gently inviting yourself into a little bit more of the twist. I'm using what would be your left hand to kind of push against my legs, to help a little bit more twisting happen. And release, come on out. In between sides, if you're on your back, you could hug the leg in for double knee to chest. If you're here with me in the chair, slide the hands down, lower the head down. Breathe into the back. Very good. One more breath. And gradually come on up. And then let's balance ourselves out. So we'll do the same thing on the other side. Sitting tall, your right hand to the left thigh. Option to cross that left leg over. And left hand to the left shoulder. Turn over that shoulder and elbow rotations. Up and back and down. In through the nose, out through the mouth, best you can. Good. Still gazing with the eyes, trying to turn the eyes as far as you can. Your spine will follow your gaze. Let's go one more breath. And release. Good job. Come on down, come on out. Very nice. And then we'll just finish with a little bit more love to that upper body. We're going to do a couple chin to the chest. So sitting tall, I'm going to invite you if you want to give a little over pressure. So I'm looking straight down, fingertips on top of the head. Get a nice stretch in the back of the neck. Super gently. Imagine I'm there in your living room placing like a quarter on top of your head. So that's how light. You could like barely feel that touch. When you're ready, release that. Relax the hands down. We're going to look straight up. If you want to add a little extra pressure here, you'll give a little skin pull. Hands just underneath that collarbone. Pull the skin down gently as you look up. Gradual here. Not holding this one very long, just about 1 or 2 breaths, and then come back to neutral. Very good. And then we're going to give some love to the lateral bend here. If you have a nice padded chair here, you can lift the hips up, palm up, set that hand underneath the chair, or just imagine you want to traction the shoulder back and down. From here, as I sit tall, I'm going to pull the chin in, and then I'm going to bring my chin towards the opposite collarbone. So if it's your right arm pinned down, chin towards that left collarbone, and you can use your left hand. Again, imagine that light quarter on top of the head. So I'm just using the fingertips to invite a little bit more stretch. And I feel this kind of like the back of the neck coming down the back of the shoulder. Gentle, gentle, gentle. When you're ready, come on out, and we'll go same thing on the other side. If you choose to palm up, traction that shoulder back and down, sitting tall, chin in, and bringing the chin towards your right collarbone. Keep pulling that left shoulder back, and ever so gently with the right hand. Great time to close the eyes and breathe here. One more breath and come on out. Very good. And then just feel if you kind of have any little kinks there. Tilting the head side to side, or rotate the head side to side. Lift the shoulders up and down. Feel where your body is asking for a little bit more movement. Kind of reach those arms, a little seated side stretch. Circle through. And we're all done, everybody. All right. Thank you for those here live. Great to have you. Great to see you. And stay hydrated. Stay healthy. Stay cool with these hot summer weathers. And hope to see you next time.